All right, thank you very much there for that background. We have two guests with us in the studios, and another guest joining us via Zoom this morning. With us in the studios is Professor Martin Emeje. Professor Emeje is Head of Research and Development at the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development. That's NIPRID. Prof, pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting us.
Okay. Let's just begin by having an understanding of where we are today with regard to vaccines and vaccination. The matter has, of course, come to greater public attention on account of coronavirus and the various vaccines that have been developed and have been applied, plus the nationalism surrounding it all. But lately, we have also seen a spike in the number of fatalities arising from cholera. Thousands of persons have died this year. Questions have been asked as to where the vaccines are. We're told that we're expecting the vaccines from outside of the country. Coronavirus vaccines we're expecting from outside the country. You mentioned some other name, you say, oh, we're expecting it from outside the country. Oh, are we at the mercy of producers of vaccines elsewhere? Professor Tomori?
Yeah, we are. And we got ourselves into that situation.
How?
Because when others were busy developing vaccines, we were waiting to consume what they're developing. We've been independent for now for 60 years. We were producing vaccines before. VOM is still producing vaccines. So what is happening? Because we did not follow up on what we do. We didn't care about our own people. And that's the problem. And that's why I say we got ourselves into the place where we are.
That's short and sharp. But how did we get ourselves into this?
Because we neglected science, we neglected research. We did not, the things that really concern the life of our people, we neglected all those ones and faced things that were totally ephemeral. That's all. That's the situation. So sometimes when people blame and talk about, what do you call it, persecution or racism or something, I think we're just not facing the truth. This country was producing a vaccine before, so what happened to us? These are the questions that we should be asking, rather than blaming those people talking about nationalism will always occur where you have a country that cares about its people, where you have a government that cares about the people. We've been blaming the Europeans also for hoarding viruses. But remember, when this thing started, they paid for those vaccines even before we knew what was going to happen. Therefore, it was like they're taking a gamble. A good gamble for the life of their people. If A doesn't work, maybe B will work, maybe C will work. So they bought all those ones up. I blame them now when they have it, for maybe after using it, they have it, they're not giving it out. But at that time, they were doing the right thing. It was a gamble. None of us knew which vaccine was going to work. And so because they cared about their people, they bought up these vaccines. If it doesn't work, we have an alternative. And you remember when they had a bit of a problem with one of the vaccines, they said abandon it because we have others. We won't dare to do that because we didn't even have vaccines. So I think let's face the truth of what is happening. We are responsible for what is happening to us.
Professor Emeje, I want to go back to ask, if you look at the 17 SDG goals, most of them are health, they focus on health and health related. In fact, almost all of them are interrelated and they all deal with health. Now, the commitment of countries around the world to those goals is that stronger together and no one will be left behind. Within the context of provision of, vaccine, preventable diseases and pharmaceutical products, are we actually paying lip service to this commitment?
Thank you. I'm no longer a visitor to your station, and I know that you knew when you heard the one coming, you know where I stand already.
No, we don't know.
Okay. I expect that you know. I'm saying this
Any day
because
you come here, we have different topics for discussion. So I cannot read your mind.
It's not for you to read my mind. I'm reading my mind, not yours. I expect that you know where I stand, and I will re-emphasize just to prove the point. And to just add to what Professor Tomori has said, because that's what I have been saying all of the time that I come to this place. It is not about any SDG goals. It's not about any ABC goals. Which ABC goals? Which goals? Goals for what? What are your own goals? You are talking of goals that people are doing meeting in UN or WHO or somewhere and developing goals that you should come and agree on goal. Have your own goals first. If you don't have goal in your family, you want to come and have goal in the church or in the mosque, you will fail. Your family will fail. So develop your own goal. What are our own goals? And you will develop your own goals based on science, classical science, evidence-based decision making. So when we talk about research and development, you are talking about your own people. You are talking about your own nation. It drives regulatory decision making. Not that WHO or one international body, which we all know, we believe, we key into. You wait. They take home decisions, develop home goals. Then they come to the international community with those goals, with local goals from home, to come and see how they make it global. Then you come and sit down to adopt. You did not come with your own goals. My friend, let us develop our own home goals.
But we are where we are
Yes.
because of, the breaking down of those walls, because of the coming together of nations.
Yes.
Because of closer interaction.
Yes.
And that is how we are able to deal with most of the public health issues that we are dealing dealing with.
The point is, there's no argument about international cooperation. There's no argument about that. But before international cooperation, what are you contributing to the international cooperation? That's what I'm saying. You don't wait for people who are serious, who develop strong R&D in their countries. Therefore, have strong scientific evidences to drive their regulatory processes. Then you come for meeting, then you debate on their own. If you bring your own, it will be part of that international pot where discussions will be made. And that means at home, you have something that is also going to be accepted globally. So I am honestly, I will not participate in blaming anybody anywhere in the world for us. Because if I do my own, then I hold my own, then you blame me too. I want to be blamed for keeping the things I develop for my country.
But these are processes that are regulated, that are internationally regulated, and there are principles and guidelines, even for accessing even the technology to come up with your own goals, with your own templates.
No. You see, there is no international protocol.
With regards to vaccine.
There is no international protocol that says this is what you should do in your country. Science is global. Science is universal. So when you follow scientific procedures, because it is universal, you might use different models, but you will get to the same endpoint. Okay? Where there are differences, it will be discussed and we will agree on what should be done. If you see how WHO works, they get experts from different parts of the world. And you are expected, in fact, at WHO meetings, at the international, some of those international committees which you participate, it gets to a level that you even vote. Even on a scientific issue, you even have to take vote. You are 18, and then you discover that we are not agreeing on an issue. They'll say, okay, let's vote. But we won't come and tell you that we voted. I have participated. I participate, not that I participated. And we vote to take the... So
if there's a tie in 18 members,
yes.
9-9,
there are guidelines on how to reach decision.
Okay, to break the tie.
Exactly, to break the tie. But the point I'm making is, if you now come there without anything, you will still sit down and be listening to others who are doing something serious. Then you will only be a voter. You will only be a voter. Then you consume the product of that voting.